Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
The book of Daniel contains many hidden treasures. There's stories of courage, betrayal, jealousy, wars, prophecy, dreams, and more. Daniel arrived in Babylon as a young man, full of determination, courage, and faith, and ends up as an old man, still full of determination, courage, and faith. Kings came and went, dynasties rose and fell, but Daniel remained, trusting God. By chapter 6, Daniel is quite old. A new ruler, Darius the Mede, chose Daniel as one of the 3 governors of the land. In fact, because Daniel had distinguished himself over all the other rulers with his excellent spirit, the king gave serious thought to setting him over the whole realm. That didn't sit well with the other rulers. They became jealous of Daniel and tried to find something wrong with him. Let's think about jealousy for a bit. Isn't jealousy sometimes a type of fear? Fear of losing something you have. Fear that someone's edging you out. Someone's better than you. It's a fear of losing your position because of someone else. It brings with it resentment, anger, hostility, and bitterness. Most of the time, jealousy is an unhealthy emotion. When someone feels this way, they feel threatened and insecure, and may act irrationally, which these men did. First off, they tried to find some fault in Daniel, some hidden skeleton, so to speak. But in his closets, they couldn't find so much as a speck of dust. Daniel 6:4 says they could find no charge or fault because he was faithful, nor was there any error or fault found in him. In fact, Daniel was one of the few main Bible characters that we don't see a fault in. Abraham jumped ahead of God and had Ishmael with his wife's servant. Jacob proved to be conniving, and his sons, the leaders of the 12 tribes, were no better. Only Joseph could be found comparable to Daniel in his integrity. Even Moses and David were murderers and stepped outside the Lord's will more than once. Not that Daniel wasn't a sinner, but he was above reproach in his integrity. So these leaders realized that finding a chink in Daniel's armor of integrity wasn't possible. They finally decided, we shall not find any charge against Daniel unless we find it against him concerning the law of his God. They knew Daniel was faithful to his God above all. They examined his life and couldn't find anything wrong, so they decided they'd have to make up something. They came up with a plan. It was quite ingenious, actually. They tricked the king into making a decree that no one could pray to anyone but him for 30 days. They appealed to his vanity, and he fell for it. King Darius signed the decree. Apparently, he had not consulted with Daniel about this, or he would have realized the stupidity of it. Later, it says the king was greatly displeased with himself, which he should have been. I'm sure we've all made decisions like that. So these fearful, jealous men set a trap for Daniel, knowing he would walk right into it. And he did, without fear. The Bible says, now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he knew. He went home, and in his upper room with his windows open toward Jerusalem, not even secretly, he knelt down on his knees 3 times that day and prayed, and gave thanks before his God, as was his custom since the early days. He didn't even change his routine. He didn't fear their jealousy or their law. He knew his God, the one who had saved Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, could save him too. He knew the God who prophesied the rise and fall of kingdoms had all of this under control. Can you say the same? In your mind, is God bigger than all your problems and all your fears? How about in your actions? Do your actions prove what you believe is true?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.